It turns out that money and our relationship with our Father are closely connected in family constellations. The love you have for your Father is directly linked to your relationship with money. Hello everyone, welcome back to Manifestation and Feng Shui. Today's topic is something many people are concerned about: money. Throughout my career, one of the most common issues people face is money. For example, some people always feel like their income is never enough. They can't keep up with rising costs, feel pain when paying bills, and even struggle to buy the things they love freely. They work so hard but wonder, what's the point? Some save diligently, yet their savings grow very slowly. Others live paycheck to paycheck, unable to retain any money. We need to discuss income and expenses separately. Some people truly have a low income, and no matter how much they save, their savings remain small. However, another group earns a decent income, but somehow always has massive expenses and never saves anything. Today, I'll focus on the topic of income. You may have heard me talk about the law of attraction before. I've mentioned that having a positive mindset about money is crucial, but there's actually a deeper connection: money and our relationship with our Father. In family constellations, these two are closely related. Your love for your Father is directly linked to your relationship with money. Now, how is income related to our Father? From childhood, if we didn't feel enough love from our Father, it affects our income as adults. A father's love is like an income we receive as children. How we perceived our Father's love when we were young influences how much money we earn in the future. One of the most common patterns is resisting a father's love. If you subconsciously reject your father's love, your income will be affected. What causes this resistance? You dislike being close to your father. You reject the way he expresses love. Perhaps your father had an extramarital affair. Maybe he was bad-tempered or even physically punished you as a child. When someone resists their father's love, their relationship with money also becomes distant. Another scenario is rejecting how your father expresses love. You find him nagging, overbearing, or controlling. This rejection leads to emotional distance and impacts money flow. Another common situation is having a weak or distant connection with your father. If your father passed away early, if he had another family and moved out, if you were raised by grandparents instead of your parents. When a child is emotionally closer to other caretakers, such as grandparents, there's a disconnect with the father's energy. Children naturally form their first strong bond with their parents. If this bond isn't solid, your relationship with money will also be unstable. When we strengthen our connection with our Father, our financial situation also improves. Some people say, "But I have a strong bond with my Father. Why do I still struggle with money?" This could be because the love is tied to suffering. If you deeply love your father but feel pain for him, it can negatively impact your finances. For example, you believe your father worked extremely hard to support the family. You think he sacrificed too much and earned bitter money. You see your father's struggles and feel sorry for him. If you associate money with suffering and hard work, your own income will reflect that struggle. Your subconscious belief becomes, making money is painful and exhausting. Another hidden issue is overstepping your role, what we call role reversal. Some people try to take care of their father, control him, or compensate for what he lacked. If you feel the need to protect or teach your father, it inverts the natural parent-child relationship. When this happens, you become the bigger figure and your father becomes smaller. This imbalance creates financial struggles as your money also shrinks in response. You might think, isn't taking care of my father an act of filial piety? Yes, but when love turns into pity or control, it stops flowing naturally. Whenever you feel sorry for someone, your father, mother, or anyone, you are energetically pulling yourself down. Think about when you're in love or get promoted. Your energy is uplifted. Love should be uplifting and flowing, not stuck in guilt or pity. How can you rebuild your connection with your father and improve your financial situation? Call him Dad. Avoid using distant or casual nicknames like Old Man or Pops. Using Dad reconnects you to childhood and restores the natural father-child dynamic. Express appreciation. Say, "I'm happy to have you as my father." This simple statement shifts your energy toward gratitude. Change your mindset. Stop seeing your father as someone who suffered for you. Stop believing that your parents needed you to have a better life. This belief creates emotional burdens. Feel true gratitude. Even if your father had flaws, was strict, absent, or had bad habits, you can still be grateful for life itself. You don't have to approve of his actions, but you can thank him for giving you life. By doing this, your energy shifts from resistance to gratitude, and your financial situation will also improve. Lastly, always respect your father's role. If you view him as small, your ability to hold money will also be small. If you acknowledge his importance, your financial capacity will grow. Even if you are highly educated and successful, you cannot create your father. Only he brought you into this world. Honoring this unchangeable truth will help your financial energy flow smoothly. We'll discuss expenses and other financial topics in the next episode. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to continue learning about self-growth and spirituality, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can stay updated with our latest insights. If you enjoyed this content, please like, comment, and share it with your friends. See you next time. Bye.